Hey, good day to you. This is Stan Perchowski with Perchowski Estate Law, and this is the Ask Stan show every Thursday at 12 noon, where I answer all your estate planning questions submitted throughout the week. If you have a question about wills, trusts, Medicaid pre-planning, Medicaid crisis planning, the nursing home, or just estate planning in general, just send them to me here on Facebook or call me at 363-7222 or email me at perchowskiestatelaw@gmail.com. I'll answer them live on WKSR Radio, and we post them here on the Ask Stan show every Thursday. So, let's get right to it.
Our rolls on this morning. That is the attorney Perchowski Estate Law song this morning, The Outsiders, Time Won't Let Me. You pick them out right before you go on.
Oh yeah,
Kind of a little tradition we started here.
You know, that's a good one. One of the reasons I like that song so much, that one and a Beatles song called Day Tripper. Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
We played that one. Yeah.
When I was in my teenage years, that inspired me to learn how to play the bass guitar because I decided I want to be able to play Time Won't Let Me because the bass in that is so unique and it controls the whole song. And,
Yeah.
And it took a little while of practice, but I finally was able to play it. Of course, you see how my bass guitar career worked out. So, but it was fun.
I haven't seen you play it lately.
It's a good karaoke song too. So, but yeah, that is a good one. It just reminds me of the '60s. I was part of the British invasion, and I don't think they did much of anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
but one hit wonder we used to call them. But they were great.
Yeah, well, he comes in here with a list every week. He picks out good stuff. Hey, let's switch gears here. You told me off mic you had a really good seminar last week.
Sure did. Last Thursday we had our first live in-person seminar since January, before Corona hit, and had a great turnout. You know, we had limited seating because we spaced everybody out, but we had capacity crowd both times. We actually had to turn on one of the we had them at noon and at 6. On one of the sessions, we had to let people had to watch online. We had to stream it for them to see it. So it was great. Plan on doing it again. I actually got the next one set up for October the 1st, but that's going to be over at your sister station in Lawrenceburg at WLX. They got that country cafe in the back.
They have got a great meeting place over there. They really do.
A lot of room to social distance over there. We should
right.
run out. So, but that's about a month away, October 1st. So. Yeah, we're going to do it again. People are just ready to get out.
Oh,
you know, people are ready to get out. So, anyway, it was good. We talked about a lot of things, a lot of questions, and I had a couple of questions I wanted to talk about this morning that I wanted to go over because it seemed to be a common theme among folks. And one of them you might not hear about. You know, sometimes you hear about what they call elder abuse, and the first thing that brings to mind is maybe physical. You know, every now and then you'll see something on the news where somebody gets, you know, hurt or beat up and, you know, off camera or something. That's not the abuse I'm talking about. I really want to refer to elder financial abuse. And I was reading something in a newsletter that I get from, we call it NALA, but it stands for the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, of which I'm a member of. And they come up with some statistics about financial abuse of elders, meaning when you put somebody in charge of your, like your power of attorney, or put somebody in charge of your financial affairs. They were showcasing a particular example where somebody got a notice from Medicare saying they were canceling their Medicare because it hadn't been paid for in 5 months. Well, when they get looking into it, it turns out that the person that was in charge of the money wasn't paying them and was helping themselves to some of it and had really depleted the account. Then they went into a bunch of statistics I won't get into, but it's quite a bit of money that some elders lose over the years because of rogue power of attorney. Now, I think that's probably not the norm, but it can happen. And what I'm getting at is, you know, during life, if you want to protect, you know, yourself in case of an incapacity or you just get advanced in years and want somebody to make decisions for you, you can give someone a power of attorney. We do it in every plan that we write. But, you know, it's not just, you just don't give everybody the power to do anything and everything they want. It's more of it can be a blank check, and you may want to be careful who you give a blank check to. Or if you are concerned, there's controls we can put into it to make sure that that doesn't happen. A simple thing. You know, some folks I've had a case or two where some people come in and that somebody's been helping themselves to their money and they want to stop the bleeding and they don't find out for 6 months. You know, and it's too late. Some of the money's gone. Some we can get back, and you can prosecute people for that. I mean, it's a fiduciary duty, meaning a fiduciary duty means your power of attorney stands in your shoes and conducts business for you as if they were you for your best interest. It doesn't mean go out and buy yourself a new car, because you don't do anything for yourself, or supposedly. But if you've got somebody that's rogue, they can be prosecuted for that, because it is a breach of that fiduciary duty. But when you plan and put together power of attorneys, like some of the plans we put together, we put protections in there. You can put some of the other heirs. Suppose somebody's a power of attorney over mom, but there's 3 other children that also stand to inherit. You can put the other children in a loop for every 6 month or an annual accounting, so that they can see make sure if something's being pilfered, their inheritance is going away as well. So you give them a check and balance system. And I often tell folks, I said, well, won't it offend somebody if I give them a power of attorney and tell them we want an accounting every 6 months? Let me ask you this: if you're going to give someone the power of attorney to control all your financial affairs, and they balk at doing an accounting, that should be a red flag to you. So, if they truly want to, do it in your best interest and take care of you, it's not asking too much. We're not talking about a big old financial accounting that would be time consuming and costly. We're just talking about a showing of where everything goes, because if you write a check for somebody and you get a 95-year-old person in the nursing home and a check goes through their account buying a brand new car, that should raise some eyebrows. But that's not the bank's position to do that, and they won't. So there should be some sort of accounting. It's easy to set up. So that was one thing that came up. The other thing that kind of comes down those lines is we have a lot of people that want to leave inheritance to minors. But you don't know if they're going to be a minor when you pass on or not. Let's say you leave it to your children, and they're minors now. If they become 18, then they can get the inheritance. But if something happens to you and they're still under the age of majority, certain things go into effect, because in Tennessee we have laws that a minor can't inherit property. Well, they can inherit it, but can't get it until they're 18. Okay, so what happens is there's a right way to do that and a wrong way to do that. Now, I'm not saying don't leave it to minor children. I'm saying that's fine. Leave it to the minor children if you want, but if they are minors when the time comes for them to get it, there's a right way to do that and there's a wrong way to do that. And the wrong way to do that is just leave it to them in a will, because what happens is the court will now intervene, and the court will appoint a financial guardian over that money for the interest of that minor child. And that can get very costly, because those attorney can be picked, and attorneys allowed to charge their normal hourly rate to do that. Now, if the child is relatively young and there's a lot of years between his age at the death and the age of majority, it can rack up quite a bill. And it may not be somebody you want in charge of it. You may want a trusted family member in that position. So planning's the better way to do that, where you choose the people who are going to be there. Don't leave it to the courts. The courts are there to protect, but it may not mix with your family dynamics, your needs and wants, the people that you want involved. You can choose that ahead of time, the people you want to control that money should that situation come up. And again, we can involve more than one person, so there's a little bit of a check and balance system. You don't have anybody helping themselves with some of that money, because I don't know that there's that many people that just take it. I'm sure there's a certain percentage that just pretty much pilfer it and steal it. But what I see happen comes up is somebody's power of attorney or in charge of somebody else's money, and COVID-19 come along and they lost their job, and now they got a bill to pay and they're a little bit short. It's like, well, I need to tap into that resource for now. I intend to pay it, but things like that. Life happens. It gets in the way. So that's what planning's all about, and that's what we do. When we put a plan together, we think about that stuff. So if any of that concerns you, and you say, I need to protect against that, you don't have to come up with a solution. Come see me. That's what we do. We'll talk about all the possible options. You pick the one you like the best. Let me do the heavy lifting and come up with the options and base it on your family dynamics and your needs and wants, and we'll find a solution to it. You pick the one you like the best, and then we can implement that. So for all those things you hear, in the news about horror stories where some elder lost everything they owned because they had a in-law that just took it all and went off on a cruise and spent it all. For all those horror stories, there is a solution. It's a relatively simple one, but we've got to put it in place. It doesn't happen on its own. So don't leave, like I title my seminar sometimes, don't leave your family at risk. Plan this stuff, take care of it now, do it now during life when you have the soundness of mind and presence of thought to choose what you want and put the people in positions that you want, leave them what you want and how you want. So that's what we do at Pachowski Estate Law. We do it every day. That's all we do is planning. So come see us, and we'll take care of you.
All right, sounds good. That's Attorney Stan Perchowski with the I can't say your name. Perchowski Estate Law this morning, and good information.
You can call me Big Stan, or you can call me
Stan the Man is what I usually call you. Stan the Man.
I haven't called other things. So.
Well, I forgot to ask you one very important question.
Sure.
I can't believe we didn't get this at the top of the show. Did your wife go grocery shopping this week?
I'm sure she did. Maybe the shorter answer is, when did your wife not go grocery shopping? No, she probably listening, but
She knows I'm having fun with her.
We've had this discussion before
Yep.
with Miss Tammy, and she'll sit down and show me receipts, and and say, this is what we get. And the bottom line is, it's expensive to live. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Tammy's record got broken. Actually, I won't say who it was. I get in trouble if I did. But somebody has actually driven faster across the parking lot here than Tammy. Her record's been broken.
The blue streak.
The blue streak. Hey, Stan, we appreciate you so much, and got a good practice there, helping folks with their estate law situation. And I know folks have learned a lot. We appreciate you being on with us today.
No problem. Let me just give you the phone number if you want
Yes,
to call
sir.
me. I'm over there in the southeast corner of the square by the theater. 931-363-7222. Also, PachowskiEstateLaw.com or Pachowski Estate Law at Gmail. Send me if you've got any questions, if anything I said today sparked a question, concern, come see me, come talk. I'm more than happy to discuss it.
Well, we have a lot of fun here, but also a very serious topic you have, and I know it's helped a lot of people, and we appreciate you.
It has, and that makes me feel good. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do something with your day, I mean, what's the point, right?
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And I sponsor the 5:30 weather, and I'm trying to find the outside thermostat. I'm fixing to turn it down a little bit here as we move into September.
Say that again.
I said I'm sponsoring the 5:30 weather for you, and I'm trying to find the outside thermostat to turn it down a little now here. In the beginning of September, it's time to start backing off the 90 degrees here. So, thanks, Butch.